Any arrests?
Yes, there has been.
Well, this arrest, they've been made and they interlinked, yes.
Kat Matlala is one of the arrests that's been made.
Correct, Honorable.
Molefe, one of the arrests that's been made.
Correct.
35 charges of all sorts, Molefe. Murder, everything, drugs, same with Kat. Am I correct?
Correct, Honorable Chair.
And you say this is the task team that wanted to be stopped. I want South Africans to have a clear picture of this team, the task team that wanted to, that the minister intended stopping. So you are saying to us today that the minister intended to stop a task team that made arrests of people that has 35 charges, Mr. Molefe, of murder and all sorts of things, drug dealing, drug manufacturing, the same with Mr. Kat Matlala. Is that what you're saying, sir?
I said so earlier, Honorable
Thank
Chair.
you, sir. One of the cases in this task team, does it involve Senzo Miyewi? I can't pronounce that, but anyway.
Senzo
Can someone say that surname? Damki?
No. Meiwa is it's a cold case team that is dealing with Meiwa case.
Jerry Boshogo?
Correct, yes, same.
Part of it. Okay. Murder of witness D?
Murder of witness D is the Madlanga investigation task team. Of course, it does have elements of both, yes, but it's a different one.
All right. So it is clear today that we should have been asking more questions about this task team, but clearly you also cannot reveal too much about it because of the sensitivity of the nature of the cases being investigated here and the links to politicians.
Yeah, no, we can't reveal much. There is still...
But there's a politician linked here earlier on, and you said earlier on that the wrong task team was disbanded and the politician is the minister.
No, I never said the politician is the minister. The question was, is there politicians and...
No, sir. We asked you earlier on, this morning when it was a clarity question, I said, did the minister disband the wrong team? And you said yes.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. No,
so by virtue of you saying yes, the politicians involved in this is the minister. He's one of the people that's been earmarked in these investigations because of the links, because of the chats, because of the exchanges that has been presented. We are connecting the dots here. So it is the minister.
Yeah, no, that is under investigation, yes.
General Praat, net die waarheid. That's all.
Ek praat, Honorable Chair.
Yeah, we want to feel you today.
But I will not venture into investigation.
Yeah, but there are certain things where the writing is on the wall.
Yeah.
Okay. It's very interesting to know that.
No, there's still more charges coming for those that are out there. Even those that we've arrested already.
Okay.
More coming.
Let's not compromise.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to compromise the cases because I actually want to see these people that's been feeding drugs to our communities behind bars. Because it definitely is a cartel. It is a cartel. We thought that it's a syndicate, but it's a cartel simply because a cartel has basically infiltrated even the state and now serving as ministers. That is the extent. Because that is exactly like the likes of Pablo Escobar. I'm going to move on. You previously indicated that there were efforts to disband the GC ops. What do you think, what was the main motive behind this and who stood to benefit?
As I said earlier, Honorable Chair, if it got disbanded, so of course those that would have benefited, this arrest of Matlala Ketim, they would not have been there, or they would have gone out of bail forever. So they would have benefited, them and others would have benefited.
So if the minister had disbanded this team, we would have seen an individual, a criminal with 25 charges and 35 charges of murder walk the streets today. Is that what you're saying?
I said what I said, Honorable.
I want us to be so clear. I want South Africans to hear
Yes,
this.
no. Yes, if the team was disbanded, yes, you wouldn't have these people going for trial now. You wouldn't have had them.
Based on the evidence presented in various forums, including commissions of inquiry, do you believe the criminal syndicates or even the cartel structures have infiltrated SAPS where we're at now?
Yes, no, we do agree they have infiltrated, correct. They've infiltrated the SAPS, yes.
So the cartel has infiltrated SAPS. The cartel has infiltrated the state, and the cartel has infiltrated also SAPS, which is basically the same thing, but...
Agree, Honorable Chair, but not only SAPS, other arms of state also.
As well.
Yes.
So what General Kwanazi said was true. When you reference the infiltration of the various departments.
Yeah, no, I agree, Honorable Chair.
I want to ask, counterintelligence. Counterintelligence is meant to probe and investigate police officers based on if there's a threat or a risk associated to them. Am I correct? Within SAPS, they sort of investigate police.
Yeah, that's part of their mandate.
Okay. So in all of this that has been happening for years now, where was counterintelligence in all of this? Where are they in all of this? We've never even heard of counterintelligence. Policemen are compromised on a daily basis. We hear about police being corrupt in our communities. Why don't we see the deployment of counterintelligence to various stations where you hear that, police are corrupt, they get taking chocho from drug dealers, and we hear all these sorts of things. Where is counterintelligence? And why are they so inactive?
Well, after we increase the numbers, you won't see them, but at least you will see their actions. There's quite a number of takedowns that they do now in terms of, I spoke earlier about an arrest of a brigadier. That's counterintelligence, just an example. So
give us your annual stats. How many policemen have they taken down? Now that we know that SAPS has been captured by a cartel, how many members has this counterintelligence department, unit, whatever you call it, taken down?
It was quite a number, Honorable Chair, through you, Honorable Member, but I don't have figures. I just gave an example of one, but there is more than that they are busy with, and I'm sure some will see soon unfolding.
Okay. General, there were 3 members that appeared before this committee not so long ago, and members gave us, said that there were drugs stolen from the labs. It was on camera. The drugs were in the bin. They reported it. They gave us a list of dozens of generals to which they reported this to. It was Colonel Ramolebo, Colonel Malachi, Colonel Ramalepe. Do you know them? Are you familiar with these names?
I am familiar with the names, Honorable.
Yeah, and they told us that they went from pillar to post. And at one stage, someone told them about, no, we can't deal with this now. You're just going to open up another can of worms. They reported victimization. They reported about drugs going missing. And they went to everyone and no one assisted them, including you. Can you tell me how far is this matter?
Honorable Chair, through you, Honorable Member, the matter, they did come to me to report. I took the file, I tasked the Division Inspectorate, and Inspectorate investigated the matter. And most of the matters in there have been investigated before and finalized. Some, not really, or we don't know what happened to them. And Inspectorate did identify that there are certain areas which they don't know exactly what happened. Then I said, okay, they gave me feedback recently, I think Thursday last week. Then I said to the inspectorate, now I'm tasking you to go and investigate those areas. But some of the matters, for example, somewhere I think they were accusing some brigadier's appointment wrongly, and that person was dealt with, fired. And then, but the person went through SSBC, the arbitration, won the arbitration, and is back. So, but some of those matters has been attended, but there are those that are not finalized, which I task this team now to say, now, you are not going to investigate, we are rectifying, you do this, you do this. For example, at the forensic, I introduced that there be a SOP in terms of the movement of drugs, how it should be done. So that's a new thing. But I went further to engage the NDPP to say, I can't be sitting with a huge lot of drugs. Internationally, they are no more doing that. They confiscate drugs, take samples, destroy, and you keep your samples. If the sample says drugs, then you know what you destroy as 10 kg is drugs. So, fortunately, the current NDPP is buying into that, and we are finalizing our SOP in that regard. That will reduce, for me, that I must keep looking for storage of drugs. It will reduce drugs a lot. So we'll only have a little bit of samples. But there has been SOPs in that regard. And some of the matters, without specifying one by one of these members, I said they must be investigated, and we start rectifying. The team gonna start rectifying. I haven't seen them because I saw the investigation team only on Thursday.
Okay.
So I haven't seen these members to give them feedback yet.
All right. So you intend giving them feedback on the matter?
I will after a year after, because I was busy preparing to come here. So I will be able to give them that feedback.
Thank you very much. And then I have one more, not one, but two more questions.
But you should not only accept that they are victims, because they might also somewhere be wrong, because some of them found.
That's fine, General, as long as there's movement and as long as there's communication. I also want to know, you touched on exhibits in the lab. Now, this is the reason why they go missing, because these cartels and these cronies within SAPS, they create the problem. You throw money at it, and then the cycle starts all over again. I want to ask, the exhibits, all the drugs, because I've been part of the drug dismantling operation a few times. For how long do these drugs stay in the lab? Let's say we have a big drug bust at OR Tambo now and we confiscate millions worth of drugs. How long does it stay in your lab? What's the longest time drug exhibits has stayed in that lab?
Well, they stay in the storage, not necessarily in the lab, but they stay until the case is finalized.
Which is how long? Give us an estimation of years.
Well, it depends when the case finalized. Some cases take 5 years, 7 years, 8 years.
So we're saying we have a drug bust today, and this drug bust will only conclude within 5 to 7 years.
If there is an arrest, but if there is no arrest, get tested and disposed of. Where there are areas where we do confiscations, for example, and you end up not knowing who's the owner of the lab, especially those labs that are in the farms.
Okay. Before I forget this question, just while we are on drugs, you mentioned earlier on the case that happened at DCS where the drugs was found outside with the member. I agree with you that she couldn't be charged. You said that this case, for some weird reason, happened under the 6th administration. And this case keeps on popping up. This case where they alleged that General Konaze didn't make a drug arrest. Can you tell us why this case keeps popping up?
I have got no idea, Honorable Chair, through you, Honorable Member. I have got no idea why it came all of a sudden during this administration. But you'll recall what General Mkhwanazi said, I think in the portfolio committee, it was communication between him and Mokhodzi. That's how the case ended up coming back again. But I don't know the details, why something that was resolved come up now.
Do you think it's an attempt to smear General Kwanazi?
That's what I think. Nothing more than that. That's what I would think. Yeah.
General, I just want to see. If drugs and firearms are leaking from within SAPS structures, which is extremely concerning. Looking at what happened over the weekend, the mass shooting in Eldorado Park, where 6 people were shot, a young girl, 18 years old, shot in her head